Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 239. It is Sunday morning. Did you like Coach's Episode 7? I learned a lot of things there. I learned that, I already knew that he understood advantage play before he went full-time, which was 5 years ago. But it's amazing to me that his first full-time year, he made the amount of money that he did. That's pretty crazy. Most of us, our first full-time year, our first year, don't make anywhere close to that. I'm trying to think, for me, my first full-time year, am I full-time? I mean, I'm still working a job. So, I don't know. It's interesting because the amount of money that he was making as a teacher and a coach was nothing compared to what he started making in this industry as an advantage player. It's pretty amazing, but if you didn't hear it, go back and listen to it. It's just the episode before this one. Like I said, today is Sunday morning. It is early morning, 8 o'clock, and I am heading out to the casino. Now, why would I head out to the casino this early? Would I always leave in the afternoon? I'll tell you why. Because this casino is in a whole different direction than where we're going today, and I don't want to have to backtrack a long way for no reason when time is of the essence, Sunday afternoon and evening. So we're heading to this casino. We're going to look around. We should have a little bit of free play and see if we can find anything. We may not, because it's someone, I'm sure, was there late Saturday night, so we may not have a lot of stuff there, but we'll get it out of the way. We'll come home, head to church, and then we'll come back home, have lunch with the family, hang out for a little while, and then we'll head out for the day. So that's what's going on right now. It is an unbelievable day, just a beautiful day. One of these days that, fall is coming because the day starts off like this, but it's such a good day. You don't want fall to be here. Well, I guess it is fall. You don't want fall to be here. You don't want winter to be here. But it's these days that are incredible days. Right now, it is 56 degrees outside. Today's high is going to be 87. Remember I mentioned about how you would forget your jacket somewhere. You'd wake up, it'd be freezing outside waiting for the school bus, and then you'd come home without your jacket because it's 87 degrees in the afternoon. That's what it's going to be today. But it's clear skies today. It's just an awesome looking day. I'm driving by some water, and it's perfectly still, no wind or anything. So we're heading out to our first stop, and I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back, and didn't go that well. I had a little bit of free play, walked around. I saw a couple things that were borderline. I wasn't really sure about them, so I thought, let me just run through the whole place first and see where we're at that point. Ran through the whole place. I was ahead about $42, and then I started thinking about those plays, and one of them technically was in range, but just barely. It was $25 to spin on a high variance game, and so I decided to go ahead and play that. Put 500 in the machine and lost the 500. Put in a few hundred more, a few hundred more, and I was in the machine for a total of $1,500, and it paid me so low. I don't even remember how much. It was pretty disappointing. It paid me, I don't know. It paid me paid me $120. $1,500 in it. Then I found some plays at some other levels that were okay plays. Played those. I got a $40 win, $13 win, $30 win, $150 win, and I ended up getting up from that machine. I was down $1,150, and there was another machine that had a play on two different levels that I saw earlier. I went back and played that one. One was at a $3 level. That one paid $200, and one was a $3 level on a different bet amount, and that one paid 173 and 111. So overall, at that point, I was down like $1,000 still. Continued to look and played another play, and with that one, I ended the session down $803. So bad way to start the day. $803. Now I have to rush, get some fuel, get home, and go to church. And that's how we're starting our day. Beautiful day outside. Could have just gone to church and just taken my time getting ready in the morning, but I didn't want to have to backtrack over an hour each way. So, well, I don't have to backtrack anymore today. Shoot, actually I forgot something there too. I had something else I should have gotten. I'm not going to go back. It's not worth it. Dang it. No, I'm not going to do it. Because then I'll be late. It's just not worth it. So anyway, we're going to head home, and we're going to go to church. Then come home, have some lunch, and we'll head off to the casinos for the day. Minus 8:03. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. Around 2 o'clock right now, and we are heading out for the day. Now, wanted to go over some things here. A friend of mine sent me. So, from this, he got this from, I believe, from X, and the guy posts, cops in Black Hawk are giving tickets to people playing machines for professional gambling. What is it? What is against the law of professional gambling? They're going to get sued. And he has a picture of a ticket, and it shows the address of the casino, and it shows Black Hawk, Colorado, and it has different offenses, including if you are gambling. Looks like it's a crime for gambling with an advantage, which of course is absolutely illegal. In Colorado, professional gambling is a crime. This is according to Grok. Under CRS 1810-103, a Class 1 misdemeanor or a Class 5 felony for repeats. It involves aiding gambling. What? Aiding gambling for profit or gaining an unfair edge beyond skill or luck, like cheating. In Black Hawk casinos, this citation likely targets suspected advantage play or fraud on machines, as seen in the ticket's handwritten note, and related charges like fraudulent acts, CRS 4430-822. Check with a lawyer for specifics. And he says that the guy got a ticket for holding a machine for someone, and then the other person played it and gave him a few bucks for holding it. So obviously this is gonna get struck down. There's no way that this law can exist. You can't have a game and say don't play it with an advantage when you set the rules. You set the rules, and you are saying that people are playing with an advantage. Well, change the game so people can't have an advantage, and then people will know that there's no way they can win in your casino. Just like when you change to 6 to 5 and CSM, and people are like, okay, we're gonna duck, we're done, okay, see you later, we're not gonna play this anymore. And it's starting to happen more and more. That's fine, but trying to arrest people or charge people, ticket people for doing something that is defined in the tax law as something that you can do and you pay taxes on it, I mean, that's a little bit ridiculous. That's absolutely going to get struck down. Anyway, I think we should all go there and do advantage play and see what happens. I would love to get a piece of that. You know, go ahead and ticket me, and I'll not pay the ticket, and then arrest me, and then imprison me, and see what happens. I don't know, man. It's just so ridiculous. I believe that's where that video came out, where the guy was card counting and he left, and the cops said that card counting was illegal, and then all of a sudden everybody changed their mind or something. Maybe not. I believe they were sticking to it, that it was illegal. It was a form of fraud in that video, and the guy didn't want to cash out the chips. They're like, well, you won't be able to cash them out. It was kind of crazy. So yeah, so that is Black Hawk, Colorado, and maybe we'll go give it a try, see if we can make some money over there and see what they're going to do about it. Right now, we left home a little bit ago, about half an hour ago. We've been on the road for a little while. It's 87 degrees outside already. It's so hot outside. This morning it was so beautiful, so cool, but right now it's very warm, and we got almost completely clear skies, just a few clouds in the sky, and we are heading out to our first stop. Could be first of many. We're just gonna have to see how it plays out, and timing wise and all that stuff. So that's what's going on right now. We're on our way to our first casino, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back, just finally getting to this place, and the weather is beautiful, everything is beautiful. Now all we got to do is win some money. It's like I'm just getting to work, it's time to clock in and make some cash, and that's what we're going to do. Looks like it's not terribly busy right now, but it's not that late yet, so we'll see. We're going to try to get one session in on this shift, and then play some poker, and then get another session in on the next shift for sure. And depending on timing, if it's early enough, I'll probably go to another casino at least a couple hours away. So we'll figure something out, hopefully. Let's just take it one step at a time. Right now we're going in, playing some blackjack, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, we've got a problem. Drove all these hours here, and yesterday we had bought this lawn sweeper to pick up clippings and stuff, you know, so it doesn't turn brown on the lawn. Picks up leaves and other stuff, and part of it broke, so we were going to return it. So you had to go online and get a code to return it, which I did, and my wife took it to return it. I gave her, you know where this is going, I gave her my credit card that I used to buy it, and my driver license in case they asked for it. And so today I got my credit card from her because I didn't want to not have it. But guess what I didn't get? That's right, I didn't get my ID. Drive all these hours here, and they need ID at the door. I have my old ID. I have a picture of my new ID, which they won't take. Wait a minute. Do I have my passport? I might have my passport, man. Hold on here. Wait a minute. I might. Yes, I think I do. I think I got my passport. Yeah, I do. Going back in there. Alright, I'm just leaving here. It's such a long line to get out of here. Now I've got to turn back around and go back in. Alright, well, I got my passport. We're going to go back in and see what happens. I'll be back. Alright, guys, I am back. And where do I begin? So much stuff has happened since I talked to you. It's been 3 hours and 20 minutes or so since I talked to you. Well, more than that. 3 hours and 20 minutes since I got into the casino. And that's the story, a story in itself. So, as you know, I got here and everything's normal. I'm getting ready to go in, and I'm looking for my ID, and it's not there. And we had bought that lawn sweeper. I know I already said that. And my wife needed to return it. I loaded it up in her car. They were going to unload it for her. I gave her my ID and my credit card in case they gave her a problem. Actually, I didn't realize that one of the people that works there as a manager is a friend of ours, so she wouldn't have had a problem in the first place, but I was trying to be cautious and gave her the ID. Well, today I get the ID back. I don't get the driver license back. And so I come all the way here, hundreds of miles of driving, get all the way here, and then can't get in the casino. So when I entered the casino, I saw a lot of people leaving because there was a big event going on, and nobody really coming in. Well, they redid this parking garage, so if you're parked on the first floor, in order to get out, you have to go to the second, third, fourth floor, and then you can get out, because they put these stupid steel beams in that make it so you can't leave otherwise. So so everybody is, I mean, I guess there's a way, but it's such a long way around. Anyway, everybody is going up and up and up. I turned around on the road, came back. I mean, I was still in the parking garage when I realized what happened and that I needed to turn around, but there was no way I could turn around. As I was leaving, I could have done a U-turn. There was a cop directing traffic right there. I didn't want to risk it with no driver license. And so I go around like one block, maybe two. Sorry about that. That's another story I can tell you. Anyway, where was I? So I go around like 2 city blocks, really. And I come back around, I get in, and it takes me a good 45 minutes to get through the parking garage to a parking spot and get into the casino. So now I've really wasted over an hour of time that I didn't need to waste. Which that reminds me, I got to put this back away before I lose it. So I walk in, I'm looking around, this place is packed. So what happened was there was an event and a bunch of people left the casino, but then a bunch of people at the event came to the casino. So they were using the casino to park, before the event, and then those people left, and then other people came to the casino after the event. So it was just packed going in, packed going out. The tables were just packed inside. I remember pulling off the exit and saying on the podcast, looks like there's not a lot of traffic. And boy, was I wrong. Anyway, can't find a table to play, can't find a table, can't find a table, can't find a table. Took forever to find a place, and finally found a place to sit down and played for about 30, 40 minutes maybe, I'd say 40 minutes, and ended that session ahead $525. So I'm happy, but keep in mind, earlier today I lost $803 on slots, so I'm not even at this point, right? So walking around, looking at stuff, I go put my list on the 3-3 pot limit Omaha, and I'm like 5th on the list, and then there's someone else shows up, and they're not starting a table. They're like, well, I could tell you this guy on the list definitely isn't playing. Well, then take his damn name off the list. Why is his name there? So I walk around and I see our friend, Double Bubble. And Double Bubble's got like $200 in this machine, and he's playing crapless craps. And I just don't understand the way he plays. He's got to hit like 10 numbers in a row to break even. So I don't really get it. Maybe it happens, but it doesn't seem to happen that often. So anyway, I talked to him, and he's like, well, I take a break every hour or so, and I take a lap and look at the slots, and I'll let you know if I find something. I'm like, okay. So I leave him, I go look around, can't find anything. Maybe like I found a couple tiny plays, like tiny plays. And then finally sit back down at a table again and start playing. And I'm there for a while until finally it's just not playable anymore. And I end up leaving that time ahead another $547. So 525 and then 547, and both times were pretty smooth, no real problems. I'm like, this is pretty good. I'm happy. Things are finally turning around. I'm making some money. I'm feeling a little bit happier, all that kind of stuff. So then I'm looking at slots again, play around, all tiny plays, 70 cents, 60 cent, 50 cent plays, nothing really good going on. There is a $10 play that is right there, and there's these two older ladies playing this machine in the high limit area, and they keep switching bet amounts. And I checked back there for probably 2.5 hours, and they were still playing this thing. It's like an older lady, like in her 60s, and maybe her mother, that old. And I never got a chance to sit down at that machine, but it was in range at the $10 bet. So I go back to the poker room, and still nothing going on. They're like, well, we have a 1-3 if you want. I'm like, no, I really don't want a 1-3. I'll just wait. It can't be that long. So I leave again, go back to a table, and that was where I made a mistake. So this one went horribly. Instantly, I'm down like $2,000. So, you know, it's just one of those sessions that's going to be a long grind. And I don't mind the long grind. I kind of welcome it sometimes, because it's like when it comes quick and I'm in and out, then it's like, I hate to say it's not as enjoyable, because it's not supposed to be enjoyable, but it's like, I drove 240 something miles to sit here for 5 minutes. I got my goal, and now what am I going to do? You know, I mean, obviously you want to win more, but if the conditions aren't there anymore, you get up. Now what are you going to do? Sit down again, the same shift? So I had played both shifts at this point, and now I'm playing this shift again, and just grinding forever. And I would get to like 1,800, like 200 away, and then fall to like 900 away, and get to 300 away, and then 1,700 away, and back and forth and back and forth. Every time I get close, I get smacked in the face, and then I lose a bunch in a row. And finally I had a good little run and ended ahead $10. $10 big dollars. Oh no, I'm sorry, $15. And I was ahead $10 on slots. So now I go back to the poker area, and still I'm like second on the list, but there's still only 6 people. Could take forever. A bunch of old men sitting at the only table that's playing this game. So I said, you know what, that's fine, I'll just go ahead and play the 1-3. So I said, just go ahead and put me in the 1-3. He said, go ahead and buy in. So I got 300 chips, 200 red, 100 green, and right away, within like 3 or 4 hands, I get a 5-6 suited, and I'm on the button. I guess I was probably almost a lap into it, because I was on the button, and I had 5-6 suited, and it was 5 all the way around. I made it a quarter and got 1 caller. And this guy I had seen while I was standing in line waiting for the pot limit game, and he was like, man, I'm just going to play. I don't care. I'm just going to play. I'm like, okay, go play. Because he was frustrated that he couldn't get on the pot limit. So he's raising everybody all in, all the time. And so I make it 25. He calls. And then the flop comes, it's garbage. I've got none of it. I've got 5-6 of clubs, and the flop's like king 10-9. Like I've got like ridiculous, you know. So even if I hit, then it's going to be a straight, and I've got the low end, and one of the cards don't play. It's just going to be bad. So I make it 50, and he actually folds. I'm like, I can't believe I got this guy to fold. So now I'm up like whatever, $25-$30, and we're playing, and this guy's pushing everyone around, and I'm at like seat 2, and the guy at seat 3 is this like middle-aged white guy, like 48, 52, somewhere in there, and he's wearing like a team jersey. You know, he was watching the game, and he's drunk and all this stuff. And every time the other guy would raise, this guy would get upset and he'd fold his cards. But when this guy had a hand, he would raise huge. Like it would be like 40 in the pot. He'd make it like 120, 140, something like that. So both of them had a little bit of frustration going on. So then I get a hand, I have pocket 7s. And I make it 25. And the other guy on the end who was raising everyone, this like older black man, like 70-year-old black guy, bunch of rings and stuff. And so he calls me, and then I've got pocket sevens, and the flop comes 5, 6, 7. I'm like, this seems pretty safe to me. And I make it 50, and he goes all in. I'm like, zoinks, that's awesome. I'm good with that. There's no way he's got 8, 9. Impossible. This guy is raising everyone and everything. And so I call him, and the turn is a 5, so I've got a full house. And of course, he mugs his cards. He's got nothing. So now my stack has grown from 300 to like 325 to like 600. Let me think. Must have been like 540 or something like that. And the guy to my left, okay, so when the black guy won a hand, the guy to my left got mad because the black guy says, ship it, ship it, ship it, right? So this guy gets mad. So this time when I won the all-in, he's like yelling it, ship it, ship it, ship it, ship it. He says like 15 times, and I'm like, okay. And the other guy's getting really upset because I just felt at him. And he starts yelling at this guy, and this guy's yelling back, and they're yelling back and forth. And I'm like, what is happening? What are you guys fighting over me? We're fighting over the win? What is going on here? So I thought it was kind of funny, but I was just keeping it to myself. And I was looking behind me. I'm right by the desk where they call you, to sit down at the table. And they're not saying anything. And this goes on for a good 5 minutes. So a black guy gets up. He goes to the cashier. He gets money. And he comes back with like 250, I think, or 300, somewhere in there. Must have been around 250. So first hand when he comes back, I get pocket 8s. Oh, I'm sorry. I said it wrong on the last hand. It was 5, 6, 7. I had 2 7s. Yeah, I had I ended up with a full house. Yeah, that was right. This one I had pocket 8s, and I make it 25, and the guy instantly says all in, because he's frustrated with the guy to my left, and he's tilted. So I got pocket 8s. I raise it. He goes all in. I said call. No. I raise it. He re-raises me to like 75. I call, and the flop is 6, 7, 8. It's like almost the identical situation. And he's first to act. He goes all in instantly. I call, and the turn is a 7. Exactly the same way. I end up with a full house again. I beat this guy again, felt him again, and the guy to my left is like, ship it, ship it, ship it. Again, they start getting into this big argument, back and forth, back and forth. The black guy's upset because when he started getting really loud, this dealer who looked like, you ever seen WWE a long time ago when it was WWF, the Big Boss Man? He looked just like the Big Boss Man, right? Look it up, Big Boss Man. So when they got into an argument before, the Big Boss Man yelled at the black guy to calm down, but not at the white guy. Now the white guy is super loud, and the black guy's like, see, you won't shut him up. You'll yell at me, but you won't yell at him. And it's true. I can't argue with that. That's what happened. White guy fist bumps me. I'm like, okay. I'm like kind of like scooting down in my chair a little bit because I don't want to be involved in all this. Black guy leaves, and about 5 minutes go by, and I'm like, what am I, crazy? What am I still doing here? What more do I want? And so I end up leaving after like 30 minutes. I bought in for 300. I colored up 811, so I end up ahead $511 on that table. That was sick, man. What? It's like an unbelievable story, because the guy sits down because he wants more action. He's pushing everyone around. He gets into an argument, then he gets tilted, and I benefit from it. And then he comes back more tilted because they got into the argument, and I benefit from it again. and then the guy doesn't come back to the table. I'm like, well, if he's not coming back, I'm just playing with people who know how to play. Well, what am I still doing here? Where's my advantage, right? So I end up coloring up and leaving. Now I go play a few more slots. I take a lap. I only buy in for like, I think $100, and I play for about 20 minutes or so, just small stuff, and I end up ahead $48 on the slots. So I'm ahead 525, 547, and 15 on tables, 511 on 1-3 no limit. I put down 1-2 because that's what it is at my local place, but it's 1-3 no limit. And then slots plus 48, and then I go see Double Bubble again. And Double Bubble has worked his money. He had worked his money from 100 to 200 to 400 to 200 to 20 to $10. And you know, he just paid me $100 back that he owed me not long ago. And he's like, Joe, you got $20? I'm like, you know, I've got $20 because I just told you what happened in this poker game. You know, it's like, it's like so ridiculous, but I did give him the $20. He just gave me $100 back. Whatever. He's so bored. He doesn't know what to do with his time, and so, whatever. He hangs out at the casino. He's there for hours and hours and hours, like 15, 20 hours, betting low limit craps. He's putting $2, $4, $6 on a number, and he's like painting the whole board with chips. And then I feel bad for him, really. He's got this big settlement coming from his dad dying, and you know, he's been waiting forever. He's got a big amount of money coming, supposedly, and I just feel bad for him. But anyway, good session. I'm going to grab some food. I'll be back. Alright guys, just went to this grocery store, and actually I like this grocery store. It has a lot of good deals. I actually got about $40 worth of produce while I was in there. Really good deals on stuff. I got myself some stuff to eat too, some vegetables. I actually wanted some chicken breast, and the guy's like, you don't want this. I'm like, no, I do. I'm hungry. And he's like, no, this is not good. It's been around all day long. So I ended up just getting vegetables instead. I do have a protein shake. I'll have that here in a little while. But while I was talking to this guy, he pointed out this young kid that was working there, and he had asked me, you know, what I do for a living. I told him my regular job, obviously, and he's like, yeah, that's what he's going to college for. So I talked to him. We probably talked for like a good 10 minutes. He was concerned about AI moving in and what to do and stuff like that, and you know, we talked about that for a while. But right now he's going to college full time, and then he works at this grocery store on the weekends, and he works at a hospital on weeknights. So he has two jobs, and he's going to school full time. So that's what a hard worker is. But the stupid part-time, I want to, you know, learn more about myself stuff. Don't go to college. If you want to learn about yourself, go learn about yourself. Don't waste your money on college. You might decide that you want to be something that doesn't require college. Why are you wasting hundreds of thousands of dollars on school? If you know what you're doing, and you're determined, and you're devoted to it, then do it. I'm not telling you to go work multiple jobs. You know, normally I would say don't work any jobs if you're going to college. Focus on your studies and focus on making yourself better. Live at home if you can. And then this is the advice I gave this guy. I said, live at home and let your mom and your dad help you. They can do, your mom can help you with your laundry. You can come home, have a home-cooked meal. Save yourself about $50,000. Put $50,000 aside once you start working, and then have a regular savings and all that kind of stuff, and put money aside for your retirement through work. And once you've been doing that for a few years, then you leave home, because now you have enough money for a down payment for a house. Now your income is higher. Why would you leave home because you're 18? Just to prove that you're 18, you're a big shot? Big deal. Okay, you're 18 and now you're broke, and now all your money is going to an apartment. You're stressed out. You're driving a bad car. you're going to college, not doing well in college because you're working hard at a job. Come on. If you can be at home, if you have that ability to stay at home and save money and do something for yourself, for your long-term future, use the time value of money calculator I talk about all the time. Imagine having $50 or $75 or $100,000 saved by the time you're 23 or 24 years old. And even if you only put $100 a month in there after that, think about how much money you'd have by the time you're 65. Millions. Even if you put zero in after that, you could still have millions. That's how important saving money early is. If you have the ability to stay home and save money, you got to do it, man. That's a smart move. That's an AP move right there. It's positive EV, positive AV move. So, anyway, talked to him for a good while. I was really happy. He was very happy when we were done talking. He was excited about his future and what he was going to do, and he had a plan. So, hopefully he follows through with it. It seems like a determined young man. His English is okay, not great, but he is working his butt off. So, good for him. I'm proud of him. I want to go back to the poker table and what happened at the poker table. This table was like the craziest table. So the dealer I told you was the big boss man. And then the guy in seat one was this ordinary guy that was like the most passive guy. He calls pre-flop every hand. He folds every flop. And then the guy to my left, he was like playing what he thinks are good cards. And no matter what the flop was, he was going big time on it. Well, I think if he had a piece of it, he was going big on it. And then the guy in seat 4 was like this biker type of guy, white guy, older, like maybe in his 60s, few tattoos, skinny guy, and then he's got this beard that has like, it's like braided in 2 different spots, on the right and on the left, and it's like 10, 12 inches long, this gray beard, and he's got these big, gigantic silver rings, one on every finger of both hands. Not like the regular ones, the giant, big, square rings with a face with a design of some kind on each ring. And then seat 5 was just an ordinary player that pretty much folded every hand. And then seat 6 was this guy that would call on the flop no matter what. Even if it's 60, even if it's 40, he's calling it. And then the last 2 seats were people coming in and out, and the black guy, the older guy, that had the problem with the guy next to me. It was kind of a funny table. Everybody's personality was so different, and it just made it a little bit easy, actually, to play that table. So I probably only I won probably 3 hands, maybe 4 hands. That's it the whole time I was sitting there. But it was definitely worthwhile, definitely sitting down for it. I had them take me off the Pot Limit Omaha list when I left that table. So anyway, I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. So when I realized I didn't have my ID, I was going to go to the next casino, which was like 2.5 hours away. Luckily, I didn't have to do that, but after I was done with these sessions that I just had, it was just too late for me to do anything else. So we're heading toward home right now. Today, what did I eat today? I really didn't have much. I had some chicken breast, green beans, some salad this morning. I guess noonish. And I had some vegetables this evening. That was about it. I had an apple, some nuts and stuff like that, and protein shake. So nothing too extraordinary. The chicken this morning was pretty good. I gave it a 10 on a scale of 2 through ace. And what did you tip today, MW? I tipped about $4 today for the 4 hands that I won, and that was it. Did not tip on any other games at all, just poker. And what did you learn today, MW? I learned to make sure that if I give my wife my ID, I get it back. I learned that, there's still so many possibilities out there whether it's no limit hold'em, slots, blackjack, Omaha, whatever it might be. There's so many opportunities, and you have to get good at more than one thing. And every once in a while, it doesn't hurt to get lucky also. In this case today, I had a guy who was on tilt, and I was just lucky enough that I was the person that he dumped all his money to, and I was able to get up and walk away, and it was a pretty simple session. So tomorrow, important two things going on tomorrow. We're going to have our normal Monday episode, and then we're going to have a big episode tomorrow as well. Look for that. It'll probably come out after the Monday episode. Could come out overnight or in the morning before the Tuesday episode. So that's really about it right now. Still a few hours away from home. Stopped by another gas station, got some fuel, should be good the rest of the way. And just a really nice night outside right now. Clear skies, I think. 66 degrees, yeah, it says clear. And humidity is low, so everything is good. Going to get home at a reasonable hour, be able to get 3 or 4 hours sleep, and off to work tomorrow morning. So that's going to be it for now. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.